here, the IPA guy, where we try all the best IPAs from around the country, and we give them a score from 1 to 10. Today's recommendation comes from Mike Martin from Corvallis, Oregon, recommending the Batsquatch IPA from Rogue Brewery in Newport, Oregon. So you know what? Let's give this one a pour, a sniff, a sip, and a score, and see what we think. Let's see the Batsquatch. That's obviously a take on the Sasquatch and maybe a bat. Not real, obviously, but we know Sasquatch is, and we've talked about it many times. Frosty was part of a group of explorers combing the Pacific Northwest looking for Sasquatch in my younger days. Many moons ago, I remember sifting through the penny saver and finding a group called the Sasquatch Organization of Believers, or SOB for short, and I became a member of that group. We went on many expeditions looking for the elusive Sasquatch. I think my favorite story is probably 1999. We were in the northern Washington, obviously in the Pacific Northwest. We were about 20 clicks from the Columbia River east in the Coatesville National Forest. It was very dark, and it was cold, my friends. It was very cold, and unfortunately, in the base camp previous, about 9 miles down the mountain, we had somebody left a bunch of our gear back in the old base camp, so we had to spend the night. There were 5 of us, and we had to spend the night in a 2-man tent. Oof. Anyway, this story is a great one. It involves a lot of twists and turns, a lot of ins and outs, and there were 5 of us. Let's see, it was myself, it was Amber, Heather, Courtney, Whitney. Yeah, that was pretty much it. And you know what? It was about, I think, midnight, and stuff started hitting the fan. God. Judas Priest. Excuse me, folks. A little malfunction here. A little spillage on the beer. Let me get that wiped up really fast. Gosh. Frosty always keeps a rag for the spillage. Anyway, let's get that out of the way here. Okay, where were we? I don't remember. My train of thought has derailed. Let's get back to the beer. Okay, Mike Martin, the Batsquatch IPA. Let's try this one again. Let's give it a pour. Let's give it a sniff, a sip, and a score, and see what we think. Ooh. Color, very nice. It's a hazy IPA, so it's going to be a little cloudy, but the color's very beautiful and gold. The aroma, nice and tropical, a little bit fruity, a little bit piney. But there's some thickness going on here. Not quite sure what's going on. It's a little bit muddled. Let's give it a taste. All right, that's interesting. It's a hazy, but it's pretty malty. Kind of. It's unusual. I haven't tasted a hazy like this one before, where they made such a malt profile. Color's beautiful. Aroma is very nice. A little bit tamped down. because of the malt. But this one is a little bit confusing. There's no question, a little bit confusing. Usually when you have a hazy, you like it to be very tropical, very juicy, a little bit of pine, a little bit of funk, not skunk, a bit of funk. And this one is a little bit piney, not juicy, very tropical. The maltiness really kind of muddles everything, kind of blends it all down. But you know, it's not horrible. It's not great. It's definitely not it's definitely not a great hazy. The best hazy I've had, and you know what? Maybe I'll do a review on it one day if somebody gives me a recommendation for it. Was a hazy called 5.0 from Phantom Ales in Anaheim, California. Anaheim, great for breweries. And Phantom, Bottle Logic, Stereo, Brewery X, American, Stereo, very nice. But that one was one of the best ones I've ever tasted. But maybe I'll take a trip to Anaheim and go do a live review. Anyway, back to the Batsquatch. This one's a little weird. Not gonna lie. It's not that great for a hazy. If it was even if it was just a regular IPA, it's just not that great. They took a hazy, and to make a hazy, you gotta you gotta make it tropical, you gotta make it piney, you gotta make it real juicy. And what they did here is they just added a lot of malt, a lot of mouthfeel. It's not that great. It's not that great. It's not gonna get a super high score. Mike Martin from Corvallis, Oregon, recommending the Batsquatch IPA from Rogue Brewery in Newport, Oregon. Gotta get back to that story. The whole spillage thing just screwed everything up. Anyway, maybe I'll finish up that story later at some point. But this one here, let's put it in the bank. Let's cash the check. Let's transfer the funds. Let's spend the money. Let's do it. Man, it's a man's game. It's an honorable game. It's a fair game. The IPA game. This one. One more taste. It's not a horrible beer, but it's weird for a hazy. It's just not that great. This one is that's a 6.9.